My name is Josh Escobedo. I am the owner and head tattooer over at Gallo Negro Tattoo Studio. We are located here at San Mateo and Manal in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm from Carlsbad, New Mexico. I've been tattooing for about 17 years. As far as what's gotten me into it, just different medias and mediums with canvases and arts and spray paint and everything else has kind of brought me and led me into the business of tattooing. Chicano tattoo art in New Mexico is very unique. It's very specific. It is very cultural based, it's very appropriate, although sometimes you might not expect it to be very colorful. It is, whether you're experiencing black and gray, or whether you have very colorful flowers and Dia de los Muertos stuff. It seems like it's a one-way street, however, there's so many things that differentiate it to be based off of Chicano or Hispanic or Spanish or cultural art. Tattooing's a big part of my lifestyle. Initially, when I first got into it, I was playing baseball. I didn't know where my life was leading me after baseball. I had an older brother, he's 5 years older than me, so when I was 13, he was 18. He started getting tattoos. Once I turned 16, 17, when your parents could sign off for you, I was interested in getting tattoos. In New Mexico, like, tattooing was starting to take off. It was an occupation that let me be who I was. It wasn't a 9-to-5. I didn't have to wear a suit and tie. I didn't know if I was going to tattoo a fish or a Chinese symbol or anything like that. So I really respect that because it's like a curveball every day. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. I really appreciate that. And as far as like incorporating your artwork with something that you can do every day, not everybody gets to say that they can draw and color on people for a living. Since the beginning of tattooing, back when it started with you know, like the Navy or sailors, etc., and then it finally came to the States, Chicano art really established itself being born out of New Mexico and being born out of Southern California. It's definitely based off of the culture, whether it's like lowrider stuff or whether it's Aztec or Mayan, whether, you know, it has influences of trials and tribulations. We've had to go through a lot and be through a lot, and so you can see that in our art, whether it's pain or glory or suffering. It is definitely like brought through in the black and gray arts. My first tattoo ever was a tribal piece on the outside of an arm, and it was on one of my baseball buddies from high school. I was a junior in high school, and he had a tribal from here to here, but it didn't go on the inside. So what I did is I copied the outside and I pasted it on the inside and I tattooed it, and we were 16 years old, and it looked great, it healed great, and we were baseball players, and unfortunately he's passed away since then, but it was a great memory and it was a great thing to get me started. I'm from here, so it, you know, being here, you know, it's great to have worked with local breweries, local sports organizations, local animal shelters. I really enjoy doing things for other people, and I think that's, when you get into tattooing, it's something that resonates with you because you're doing something for them. And if you're working within the community and you're giving back, I think that's like most important. Yeah, as far as New Mexican tattoo culture, like, I think it is pertinent to itself. Whether it's the tone of our skin or the way that the tattoo is done, you know, Chicano artwork has definitely built itself in the community. There's plenty of people that do it, and there's plenty of artwork that supports it. A lot of Chicano artists have, you know, pictures of incarceration and just the tough times growing up and having nothing and growing into something. So with Chicano artists, it's definitely, art is something that can bring you out of those things because you had a tough growing up, you're not very wealthy, or these things. You can turn to art and you can have it lift you out of these pits of despair, per se.